Hey, welcome back to TV Talks with your girl. Today we're diving into some serious sister tea. And y'all, this one is giving me all kind of feelings. We got to talk about Andi and Fatima. The question is on everybody's lips, is Andi being a bad friend or just doing her job as a boss? Let's break this down because I need us all to understand the layers here. And yes, I'm going there. So here's the deal. Fatima is doing her job, trying to stay on top of things. Andi, her boss, comes in with expectations. But did she cross a line? Did Andi put Fatima in a tough spot that could actually jeopardize her job? Now, before we jump to conclusions, let's break it down like this. The employee, Fatima's responsibility. First things first, Fatima is an employee here, and as much as we love Fatima, she's got to do her job. Point blank. Fatima had deadlines, responsibilities, and expectations. If she drops the ball, it's on her. No excuses. And while we feel for her, being a good friend doesn't mean skipping work responsibilities. So yes, Fatima is accountable for her role. She has to protect her job. That's not shady. It's smart. The boss, Andi's responsibilities. Now let's talk about Andi. Andi is the boss, the leader, the one calling the shots. But here's the tricky part. A good boss should communicate clearly with their employees. Fatima needed to know what was at stake. She needed all the info to make the best decision. Andi's silence or lack of clear communication, that's on her. If Andi knew something could jeopardize Fatima's job and didn't tell her, girl, that's problematic boss energy. You're not just a friend here, you're a leader. And leadership requires transparency. Both for failing to communicate. And here's the kicker. Sometimes it's not one person's fault. It's both. Fatima should have asked questions. Andi should have explained the stakes. Both of them should have been on the same page. Sisters, we cannot sleep on communication. Lack of communication is a recipe for disaster. And right now, it's giving misunderstood intentions and hurt feelings. The verdict. So, let's sum it up. Fatima, accountability for doing her job. Andi, accountable for clearly communicating expectations. Both, accountable for not having an open, honest conversation. Friendship or bossship? That's the $1,000,000 question. Can you really separate the two in this scenario? Andi's boss side might make her seem cold, but Fatima's employee side make her seem unprepared. The truth is somewhere in the middle. Now y'all know your girl always keep it real. And if I'm Andi, I definitely could have done a better job telling Fatima what's a risk. And if I'm Fatima, I gotta step up and protect my position. But can we also talk about how messy this feels emotionally? Because friendship at work is tricky, and sometimes being a boss means making the hard choices, even if it hurts the people you care about. At the end of the day, this is a lesson in communication, accountability, and boundaries. Sisters, remember, employees, know your responsibility. Bosses, be transparent. Friends at work, never let emotions cloud the facts. And that's the T. Andi and Fatima, I love them both, but this situation is a learning moment for all of us. That's it for today's episode of TV Talks with your girl. Let me know in the comments, who do you side with? Andi the boss, Fatima the employee, or both for poor communication? I want to hear your thoughts. Bye.